Hello, you guys. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. I have my beautiful pink maculata, although mine is not very pink, but my goal is to get more pink. We're going to be chopping her back today and propagating, and I also want to upsize her, and I think that's it. That's all I want to focus on for today. So I got my pink maculata, when was it? Probably 6 months ago, around that time. I'll put a date somewhere on the screen, and she had 2 growth points and she had some pretty variegation. I took a chance on that specimen. I wasn't really sure what her variegation would grow into, but now that she has grown out and I haven't chopped her any, I think I want to go ahead and cut her back. 1, to make propagations, and 2, to see, like I said, if I can get the pink color. There are some leaves that are more pink than others, like this one here. You can see that pretty pink up there. And then, yeah, like some of these, I mean, they're not bad. They're just not as pink as I had hoped. That one. Here's a new one here, like a smaller one that has some pink. But I would love more leaves that have the chunkier, the chunkier pink variegation. I think this might be a new vine that's actually growing, because I don't remember there being 3. This one here had like the cut stem and then there was a growth point. So this little section has grown into this, which is pretty low variegation. And the main stem has grown into this here, which is pretty low variegation. Well, there's actually 2 growth points, this one down here and this one here. But this one here in the middle, this is a new node that has that leaf here. So maybe this one will grow with more pink. I don't know, there's so many vines going every which way now. I kind of wanted her to climb and get tall as well. And mine is kind of trailing. It's kind of growing out to the side. I do have a regular maculata, and I've had that one for a while. And I feel like the vines weren't as thick. I feel like if I were to bend these up, it would snap pretty easily. So I'm worried about trying to maneuver them up. So I've been letting her grow every which way. I do have like a little acrylic stake, but she's not really hooked onto it at all. But I will say, care-wise, she's been pretty easygoing. I've had her in my Millsbo cabinet, which is right over there. I took her out actually a few days ago. She was growing on the bottom shelf. So I would say she was getting pretty good light, and it is more warm and a little bit more humid in the cabinet. So now that I have her on my plant shelf, she is going to get more ambient conditions, which isn't a huge fluctuation from like out here versus the cabinet. I would say she is going to get less light now. And the only other thing with the cabinet is I felt like she was going dry more often than every week. So I feel like I was, in a sense, underwatering her, which caused some of the growth to, they kind of crisp up like this here, like a growth, and they don't really make it to a full leaf. They'll kind of dry up and they just fall off, like it doesn't even grow into anything. I would come in and water her, and then I would see these like on the bottom shelf of the cabinet, and she'd just drop all of her new growth all the time. Not all the time, obviously she's grown a lot of new leaves, but it does happen, I feel like, often. So I will say that's different, not what I'm used to at all. But for the most part, I feel like she doesn't need super high humidity. She's not super crispy or anything. And besides me, I feel like underwatering her a bit. Other than that, she's done very well. I upsized her not too long ago, because when I got her, she was in a tiny like 2-inch pot. And this pot here is a 4-inch, or this might be, yeah, this is a 4-inch. Do I feel like she needs to be upsized? Honestly, not really, but I feel like it would help her from drying out and maybe stop losing some of the leaves. But I'll upsize her slightly and see if that helps at least. So I think what I want to do first is go ahead and propagate her. I'm actually going to stick all the cuttings in a vase of water. I'm just going to water prop. They seem to water prop pretty easily. And sometimes I use stratum perlite, that's my go-to, but because I have a lot of cuttings and I figured a glass of water is better than wasting a bunch of stratum for this, I think I may cut every vine except for this new one that's growing. And this leaf here that has the pretty pink on it, I think I will cut above that, like cut it all the way back to here. So I think how I want to do this video, I have a little table like here in front of me. So I actually might just stand because this raises up instead of sitting down here. So I think I'll do that and then we'll start propagating. Okay, I'm trying to get as close to the window as I can because of the crappy light today. It's supposed to be raining, but it hasn't really rained yet. It's just super overcast and cloudy. All right, I have a pair of shears and I'm gonna use some alcohol. I think these are clean. I don't think I used anything on them last, but just in case. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I would say the vine right here is hardly pink at all. I'm wondering if I cut this stem like down below, if this would even regrow because it looks like there's not another node down here. But it's not really pink, so I feel like cutting it to here, whatever grows out of here, I feel like it's not going to grow in any more pink. So I might just go ahead and clip this away and not even worry about this side regrowing anymore. So we are gonna make this a dead growth point right here and cut this all away. Whoop. Okay, set that aside. And I think I want to go ahead and just cut all of these nodes up individually. This one has a growth point already starting, like right there. I mean, it has a little pink, it's just not super pink. These here, I don't know about you guys, but these little crispies bug me. I have to like clean them up. Okay, another leaf. This one, yeah, there's hardly any variegation on that. That one has a growth point starting already. That one's a little bit variegated. This one has a little leaf on it already. I mean, even the low variegation is still pretty. I love Begonia Maculata. It's just such a pretty begonia. And then we'll save the top here. So we already have a bunch of cuttings. I actually might need to get a different water vessel because these aren't going to fit in here, unfortunately. We'll have to see once we cut her all up. I'm gonna leave the middle vine. Okay, so this side where we have the pretty pink leaf right here, I'm gonna cut above that, I think, and cut her all the way back. Right there. That leaf is pretty. Crispies. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some different propagation vessels. And the last one here, this leaf is pretty. It has a little pink here. I think I might cut above that. So like right here. And that's a pretty leaf there. And there's a new one coming in on the end. That one looks like it has some pretty variegation on it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a lot of propagations of this. Holy moly, I didn't realize I was gonna have so many. I'm trying to think how I wanna do this one. I'm wondering, I might leave this as a top one for now. Because this one doesn't really have any other leaves. I don't like how long that one is, but if I cut it here, I'm worried that might not grow. I might just leave this as a top section. All right, and the main plant here. I'm trying to see what else I want to cut on this one. Got another new leaf here coming in. I did cut a lot away. I might cut this little one over here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. All right, and this is our main plant that has the most pink. So I'm curious what all is going to activate out of here and grow in. I do believe I want to go ahead and upsize. I may not have to upsize. We'll see. I'll check. I'll take her out and see if I want to go up slightly. We have so many propagations. I would love to set these up individually, like maybe even in a cup of perlite, but that's just so many. I may have to just fill the water up to the tippy top of this. Some of the ones with longer stems will fit in here. Some of the ones with shorter stems, I'm gonna have to set up differently. Let's see. I think all these have short stems. More water in here. I will have to make sure that stays topped off. Okay, that one here is good. I'm gonna see if I can fit the rest of these in here. So I think they'll stay as long as I have a lot to kind of keep the nodes down in there. They're like wanting to come up. I might just have to do stratum and perlite for these. Gosh darn it, they're all falling out. Look at that. No, all right. Yeah, you know, I'll just do a thing of perlite because I have perlite accessible. They're not gonna stay with just water. I honestly could probably just stick these in soil and soil prop them instead of trying to deal with the perlite and stuff. And then maybe like a couple weeks in here and then I'll pot them up. Some of these are going to be turned weird. Okay, this isn't as easy as I thought. They just keep wanting to come up. I think they're all covered, barely. I just have to be very careful with picking this up. So it shouldn't take you, like I said, more than a couple weeks to start rooting, and I'll take them out one by one and pot them up, and then we'll see what kind of grows. Hopefully they kind of come in with better color on some of these. Okay. Probably got her a little bit dusty. There. Okay, so with this one and the water one, I'm gonna put these back in her spot down there on the floor on that shelf, and I'll just keep a close eye on them. I'll just have to make sure to top this off so that this doesn't go dry, and we'll have so many props. Hopefully I get some good color to come in on some of these, so I'm excited for those. All right, I brought you back down again. I swapped the perlite for a little bit of my propagation mix, and this works really well for begonias. But this is cocoa coir and tree fern. It's like really fine. And then I have perlite and a little bit of orchid bark and a little bit of charcoal. This is what I use to pot a lot of plants in. This isn't my aeroid mix. Now, if I want something like a lot more chunky, then I use my aeroid mix, but I know begonias are pretty thirsty for the most part. But this will stay a lot more moist. Tree fern and cocoa coir can dry out quickly for me. It really depends. If you want this to be a little bit moisture retentive, I would add, honestly, you could add some vermiculite. That would be good. But I feel like this does a good job at staying moist. But you'll have to see like how it works in your space, of course, because in this hot room over summer, this is going to dry out so fast. It's like a rock. I was like, what is that? I'm gonna do a 5-inch. It's 1 inch bigger than the 4-inch, and this will fit in her pretty pink pot still. I'll have a lip, you know, but that's okay. I think this will just give her a little bit more moisture so she won't dry as quickly, but I'm just basically gonna plop and fill. This should come right out of here. Oh yeah, I think she needed the upside. You can actually see all of her roots. Do you see that? I feel like she would appreciate this. Okay, I did about an inch layer, and then, all right, we'll fill up around. I hope I get some new nodes that activate like down here on the bottom. This branch here, I kind of wanted to take it all the way back even further, which I might do. I'm gonna wait and see what her regrowth looks like, and if I'm still kind of getting the same kind of genetics, what I'll do is cut this main vine back further. Because like I said, this one here is a new one, and this one came from way down low, and it has some pretty good color. Okay, I think that is good. This is just my tap water. She should be thirsty again by this weekend. All right, that's good. She is so short now. She's so small again, but she's cute. I really hope I get more pink on her. I think this leaf is my favorite. I love the chunky. I do want to film a begonia collection video soon, maybe in a few weeks. I do have one coming, and I feel like it'd be nice to do like a tour of all my begonias. I don't have a lot, but I feel like I have probably 10-ish or more 10 to 12 or so. And I don't know if I've ever filmed a begonia collection. I don't think so, because I started getting into begonia more so last year. If I was good at terrariums, I would have a begonia terrarium. I really would. It's just I'm not good at them. And I know that I'm not, and that's okay. But I still love the begonias, and I'll just collect ones that can do better in more ambient conditions. Oh, I forgot to add her little pink butterfly clips, attach her back to the stake. Can I bend this one up? It would be nice to let her grow up. Now these are gonna have to fan back down. She's kind of looking a little crazy right now. I guess that's her front. That looks kind of crazy. Her leaves will retrain. I'll get them to retrain with the grow light. I do have a grow light on the floor in front. All right, so I put them back down on the bottom shelf. I have the perlite one on the left, the water one, and then the main plant down there. And then that's the grow light that's kind of in front there. And yeah, hopefully they do well and I get some good color to come in. He's just trying to get my attention. He's like, are you done yet? Are you done yet, Hunchai? Am I done yet? Am I done? Yeah. Are you purring? I hear you purring. You went in the window? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and cross our fingers that we get some good variegation to come in. I'm excited to see everyone, like the growth on the propagations, to see what they do. I think that's my favorite part about just variegated plants in general, just to see to see what the new growth comes in like. So I'll be excited to see all those. You're so cute. I'm gonna go and give him some cuddles, but I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you in the next one.